What up, New York Giant Nation? It's your boy, Mac the Giants fan, coming back at y'all with the episode 16 of the Real Deal NFC East Roundup. You don't have too many games to talk about today, this week's edition. There's only 4 games to be talking about, 2 from last week and then 2 more coming up this week. So we're going to get right on into it with the first game on the slate. And that was the Dallas Cowboys traveling down over to Washington to visit the Washington football team, man. Big NFC East matchup for the weekend, man. This game had pretty big implications. What's going on, Wells? Good to see you, man. Thanks for stopping by. This game had big implications on it for the weekend for the NFC East division, man. And Washington came into this game one of the hottest teams in football, man, over the course of the past month of the season. However, the Cowboys definitely cooled them down in this one, man. Came out the gates like gangbusters in this one, man. Final score would be the Cowboys would knock off Washington football team 27-20, man. But Washington definitely made a strong effort late in this one to get back into the game. However, they still came up short, man. Dak Prescott was 22 of 39, 211 yards, had a touchdown. He threw 2 interceptions, one of which was a pick 6 on the day. So not a strong, tremendous game for Dak, but it was still good enough to get the W, man. Their running game, they contributed 122 yards on the ground. You know, Zeke contributed with 12 carries for 45 yards, where Corey Clement chipped in 13 carries for 44 yards. I know it seems a little odd, Corey Clement getting more carries than Zeke. But that's the way the game played out for them. They still were pretty successful on the ground. You know, good enough to have to control the clock enough to to hang on and get this W. CD Lamb was the leading receiver on the day for Dallas, 7 catches, 61 yards. Like I said, Dak didn't have his normal Dak day. As Jerry Jones went on a record at some point last week and even came right out and said, "Yeah, I think it's safe to say that Dak Prescott is in a bit of a slump, man, because he was definitely on fire earlier in the season, man. Like I said, I had him as an MVP candidate earlier in the season. Now I can't see him on that list right about now with the way he's been playing the past month or so of the season, man. It's still been effective, but not nothing special, you know. And then once again, Dallas defense, opportunistic, man. Very, very opportunistic defense. Once again, man. The turnovers, man. They created 4 turnovers in this one, 3 fumbles and 1 interception, man. Also had 5 sacks on the day. Randy Gregory, welcome back to the Dallas Cowboy defense. They were missing you. This guy had a huge day. And Michael Parsons, man. Might as well go ahead and give him the Defensive Rookie of the Year award right now, man. Because he definitely looks like he's going to grab that up, man. He might as well just pencil it in, man. Michael Parsons, Defensive Rookie of the Year. He's actually making a push for Defensive Player of the Year, to be quite frank. 2 more sacks on the day, man. I believe one of them was one of the forced fumbles as well. And I know this is always going to bother. It always bugs the hell out of New York Giant Nation, New York Giants faithful, because obviously we know back in April in the draft, we obviously had a chance to go out there and grab this man and add him to our roster. But, it's not the way it played out. And it just is what it is, man. I mean, you got to move on from that. You can't be dwelling on that no more, man. You just got to move on. But it does suck to see a guy in your division that you could have drafted out there absolutely wreaking havoc week in and week out, man. Michael Parsons is an absolute player. And I think the reasons why not just the New York Giants, other teams avoided him in general was because of some stigma he had attached to his name about being, having off-the-field issues. Well, he's demonstrated no off-the-field issues this season as a rookie so far, and all he's been doing is getting it done on the field. Kid's an absolute animal, man. You got to start, stop with these narratives on these kids, man. They're young. You got to also remember they're young. So some of this stuff that you're attaching to these, you got to always put in perspective. We was all young once, man. These guys are probably just a little knucklehead stuff that kids do, man. People do grow up, people do mature, man. So this kid's a player. We passed up on him, man. So that's now gonna kick us in our ass for the next however many years that he's gonna be a Dallas Cowboy. And we're gonna be going against him 2 times a season instead of having him on our squad. But like I said, you got to move on from that and move forward with what you do got. I'm not mad about Kadarius Toney, but unfortunately he's been unhealthy all season, so it just hasn't worked out for the New York Giant faithful there, man. At least not this year. I mean, we do know we do know we got a player in him now, so we can move somebody we can definitely move forward with. But on to the Washington side of things in this game, man. Taylor Heinicke, man, 11 for 25, 122 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. Yeah, very anemic numbers, man. But it was rough. He was struggling, as I see. He was sacked 5 times. So it was a rough day for Taylor Heinicke, man. And Antonio Gibson had a very rough day as well, man. 10 carries for 36 yards. This guy has been on fire the last few games, man. And this time he definitely got cooled off in this one, man. But actually, the Dallas jumped on top of Washington so big so early that Washington had to get away from the running game anyway early in this game, man. Cam Sims led the way for him in receiving, 3 catches, 69 yards, and a big touchdown for him. But unfortunately, their number one target, Terry McLaurin, went down in this game, man, with a concussion. And ended up getting no catches on the day. Was targeted 4 times, never got any catches, never got in the stat sheet. And he went out with a concussion, so his status is unknown. His status right now is unknown for the upcoming week against the Eagles. And yeah, like I was saying earlier, they lost 3 fumbles in this game, man. Their offense, so they just weren't doing themselves any favors, man. A lot of big errors, a lot of big mistakes, man. Washington really made it tough on themselves early. They made a strong push late in the game, tried to get back in it, but it just wasn't enough. Too little, too late, man. But they did make a hell of an effort trying to get back into this game late in this game, man. They turned it into a ball game and had you glued to the TV late in this one, man. Their defense once again wasn't horrible, man. It wasn't overall truly horrible. I mean, they made plays. They got to Dak 4 times, 2 interceptions, including the pick 6, man, by linebacker Cole Holcomb. But still, like I said, it just wasn't enough, man. Came up a little bit, just too little, too late. Time ran out on them, man. So, unfortunately, this was a big game for the Washington football team. They really needed this W. I mean, obviously, their season is still far from lost. They got plenty to keep playing for. As of right now, I think as things stand right now, they still will be in the playoffs. They'd had the last wild card spot, I believe, as things stand right now. So they still got plenty to play for. But if they were going to make a serious push for the division, they probably needed this one on Sunday, and they came up a little bit short, unfortunately. So, yeah, I'm just going to move on, get ready to move on to the next game, man, because obviously I'm going to have some things to say about this one. And we know what that is, man. That is the New York Giants traveling out to L.A. to face those Los Angeles Chargers, man. As the New York Giants will go down 21-37 in this one. And to be quite honest, man, this was no surprise to me. I didn't expect much in this one, man, as this team it's pretty much down and out right now, man. This offense is completely broken. I mean, it doesn't even matter. Mike Glennon is out there just absolutely atrocious, man. And people can try to say anything they want about his touchdowns in this game. Garbage time touchdowns, man. Absolute garbage time touchdowns. He said, D breast Philly B, man. I'm trying to, bro. But it's crazy, man, that once again our season's already over. What's going on, Birdman? Good to you, man. Thanks for stopping by, bro. It's just tough that the season once again is over with so much season left, man. I mean, still a whole month of the season, and us New York Giants faithful already know that we have nothing to look forward to, just other than watching the last few games Yeah, Mike Glennon, man, 17-36, 191 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception, and he added a running touchdown, which was the slowest touchdown I ever seen in my life. That dude was running so slow. I don't know how anybody didn't catch him, man. And we did get 135 on the ground, so we did actually get the run game going a little bit in this game, but it wasn't enough, man. Not the way Justin Herbert was lighting us up, man. Just wasn't enough. Barkley, man, went 16 carries, 64 yards. Well, unfortunately, that's what's going on, Coach Dante? Thanks for stopping by, bro. Fortunately, that's one of his best games, and that's obviously not that impressive, but the way this season's been going, I guess we got this offense to take what they can get. I mean, one thing Mike Glennon did do is get the ball to several different receivers, man. He just wasn't getting it to them in ways where they could turn them into big plays, but he got the ball to 9 different receivers, man. And Barkley did have the 3 catches for 31 yards also and a touchdown, so he did get back into the end zone at least in this game. But Kenny Golladay is once again still like just missing in action, man. He had 2 catches for 15 yards in this one, I believe. Once again, that's just not what we signed this guy for, man. For the life of me, I don't understand why we can't figure out a way to get this guy going, man. Some kind of way. At this point, I don't even know what to say about it, man. It's just been all bad. Defense is on the field just way too much in this game, man. Time of possession was pretty lopsided, and it could have been even more lopsided if the Chargers didn't take their foot off the gas in the fourth quarter of this game. Time of possession, the Chargers had the ball for 34 minutes, 20 seconds. Like I said, if they didn't take their foot off the gas, it could have been longer. I've been doing good, Coach. I've been doing pretty well, man. Feeling a lot better, man. I was sick the last couple of weeks a little bit. Definitely feeling a lot better now, man. I'm back feeling like my normal self, man. Thanks for asking, though, man. But yeah, on Monday, man, I did a video. I dropped a video and I called it the eulogy of the 2021 New York Giants season, man, because the season is dead. The season's over with, man. Got nothing more to play for, man. And all this, once again, Daniel Jones has been already officially ruled out for this game. Like I said, I don't know why they keep going this week-to-week basis stuff. Just rule the kid out for the rest of the season, man, because there's really no reason to put him back on the field with a bad neck, man. I think you just be causing more problems than you be doing good, man. I know you want to try to get a clear evaluation of him, but right now, as this team, the way this offense is built, the way this team is built, the way this offensive line is built, you're not going to get a clear evaluation of him. Okay? That's just point blank, and that's just period. And if you put the kid back out there with a bad neck, all you're going to do is just put major risk on him getting more seriously hurt. And that's just nothing. I don't know, man. There's no reason to put him back out there. I feel like Kadarius Toney might as well shut him down to the rest of the season, man. At this point, what's the point of bringing? We know we got a player, man. I think we got to get this kid to the off season. Let's get his body built up more or whatever for the rigors of the NFL or NFL season. Because I think that's probably a lot to do with his injuries. It's just his body just wasn't developed, you know what I mean, properly. Still isn't where it needs to be to handle an NFL season. But we know the kid's a player, man. I don't think we got nothing more to see from him, truth be told, as far as an evaluation. We know we got a player in Kadarius Toney. I feel like there's no point in the lost season to bring these injured players like that back. For what? What are they playing for? To win 5 games instead of the 4 that we already have? Because at this point, maybe we get lucky and win another game. Maybe we don't. I don't know. What's going on, Reed? Good to see you, my brother, man. Thanks for stopping by, man. He said Jalen Hurts is in the same position as Daniel Jones. Don't blame them if they're hurt. Yeah, I mean, but I just don't feel like it's the reason to bring this guy, bring like I said, Jones back and Kadarius Toney. You might as well just sit them down for the season, man. Let them just get better. Let them go into the off season, do whatever they need to do. Because honestly, I'm at that point where I'm pretty sure Daniel Jones unless there's some major changes in within the front office and stuff like that. Other than Dave Gettleman, I mean, like if we still got Joe Judge here coaching, man, I'm pretty sure Daniel Jones is going to be the quarterback for this team next year as long as he's able to go, because his neck injury thing is supposedly potentially career threatening too. So we don't really know all the facts on this, man. So I just feel like anything you talking about somebody's neck, you gotta really pump them brakes, man, and relax, man, a little bit, and just let this kid get better, man. Let him get healthy, man. Like I say, this is an absolute lost season. I'm not talking about tanking. Still go out there and give it everything you got. You still go out there and you try to win football games and you compete, but at the same time, you protect your players too. And that's all it is, man. You got to protect your players. You can't go out there reckless, doing crazy stuff, man. And it just doesn't make sense. Nothing about it makes sense that they're still trying to act like they're going to let Daniel Jones play football this season. There's no reason for it. There's no reason. I mean, do I want to keep seeing Mike Glennon out there? Not really. But at the same time, I'd rather just get Daniel Jones ready, because if he's still going to be the guy going forward next season, I'd rather just get him healthy, get him back healthy, get him ready to go for next year. We go out there and try again next year. We get this O-line fixed. Hopefully find a couple of pass rushers, some guys that want to hit the quarterback on defense. You know what I mean? And let's go from there. But move on to the next game, man, on the slate. This is for next week, going into next week, man. Next week's action, man. And we got a big one. Big one in Philly, man. This could absolutely flip-flop the positioning of the wild card positions, man. If the Eagles can find a way to win this football game against the Washington football team, man, this is a big one. This is going to be a fun one to watch too, man, because they got a little bit at stake here. And I think I'm not sure if Jalen Hurts is playing in this one or not. I haven't been checking their injury status too much, but I'm not sure 100% what's going on there, but Eagles are going to need him, man. If he's healthy, he can go. Eagles definitely need him. Not, like I said, not sure how serious his injury is, which is so weird. Once again, like I'll go back to the Giants and Eagles game when Hurts and Daniel Jones both got hurt. They both played and finished the whole game, and then all of a sudden it was just like they were both injured. I don't get it. I don't understand how they both finished the game and they both got hurt in the game. But yeah, I don't know. This one is going to be a tough one to call, though. I think that the Washington football team, man, they might have got the win knocked out of them a little too much. That was a deflating loss on Sunday they had against the Dallas Cowboys, and now they got to go up the turnpike to face the Philadelphia division rival Philadelphia Eagles, which the Eagles are playing division games the rest of the season. I believe every single game the Eagles have left is a division game, which is very interesting that their schedule was set up in such a way. But I think I actually like the Eagles in this one, man. Yeah, that is weird, man. That's the same thing I was just saying. Bird, man, I think it's very weird. They both played injured, finished the game injured. Strange. It was bizarre, man, because the injuries didn't come out until like the next day. Any information about both of them being injured, and neither one of them could play obviously the following week. So it was just kind of whole situation was pretty bizarre. But I kind of think I like the Eagles in this one this week, man, because I think the Eagles are going to get back to what they've been doing, man. That's just pounding the football, man. And in front of their home crowd, I think they're just going to wear this Washington team down, man. Force Heineke to make some mistakes. And that's another issue too, man. That this COVID thing, man, is getting bad again, man. It's getting really bad around the league wide, man. Every team is dealing with big cases of COVID right now, man. Us included as the New York Giants, man. It's a lot of teams dealing with big cases, a lot of COVID cases, man. So Yeah, I don't know, man. That also will affect the game too, man. Like I said, I don't know if they're going to be without McLaurin. Heineke, you said Heineke's not playing either. Yeah, I wasn't sure if he was going to be in there or not. But yeah. So I kind of right now leaning towards Philly in this one. I think it'll be a pretty close matchup because I don't think Philly's going to come out and explode on them offensively. I just think they're going to come out and pound the ball, run the ball hard with Miles Sanders, man, and Gainwell and Boston Scott and company. I don't know if Jordan Howard's going to be available for this one, but the Eagles they got pretty much, like I just said, 4 running backs they can throw at you, man, and they're all pretty effective. They can all be pretty effective. So I think the Eagles come out there running. I think they get out of this one with a say 24 to 20 victory, man. Talking about Washington brought another quarterback on the practice squad or the Eagles? But yeah, I like the Eagles at home in this one, man. I think Washington's dealing with quite a few issues right now on the road, big division game. So I think I think the Eagles gonna get this 24 to 20, man. I just don't really see it too differently, man. In this one, man, I can't see how. I don't see how Washington. I think Washington's got the steam knocked out of them a little too much, and I'm not sure how mentally tough this team is. Okay, yeah, Washington. Yeah, I don't. I would assume they're going to start Kyle Allen. I would assume they're starting Kyle Allen in this one, and Kyle Allen has some experience. Obviously, he has a little bit of starting experience, but as we all know, it's never been very successful. As Heineke took the backup job from him this year. So I mean, yeah, Kyle Allen ain't the worst. He's not necessarily the worst case scenario for a team to have to go out there with. But I feel like on this stage in a big game, in a big division matchup, I think he's not your guy, man. And I think, like I said, after this game, the Eagles could find themselves in that 7th spot. You know what I mean? 7th spot for a potential wild card. Got a lot of football left to be played, obviously, but oh damn, I didn't realize that. This COVID thing, man, it's crazy, man. I don't know what teams are sitting out there. What's that? Detroit last week. They had to half their damn roster was practice squad guys last week because they had so many issues with COVID and stuff. So yeah, this COVID thing is crazy, man. The Rams out there dealing with big problems now. Like I said, a lot of teams league wide, man. I don't know if it's the changing of the seasons. What's going on, man? It's with the weather, but it's weird how it's all of a sudden once again become a big problem. And what we don't want to see is teams having to forfeit games or anything, especially at this juncture of the season. You don't want to see a situation like what Denver Broncos had to deal with last year where they had to go into a football game without a real quarterback. Don't want to see anything like that again, man. So we're hoping these teams can figure out a way to manage and get right, man. But they got one more game on the docket, man. And it's another division game. NFC is just playing each other this week. And that is the Dallas Cowboys coming up to play the New York Football Giants. And this is one of the ultimate embarrassments. The New York Giants, my beloved New York Giants, are 10.5-point underdogs at home. This is what I'm talking about with this team right now, man. This should never be a thing where the New York Giants should never be 10.5-point underdogs at home. But guess what? We haven't demonstrated that we should be anything less than that. Our offense just cannot score points. That 21 points we scored against the Chargers was a smokescreen. 14 of those points was absolute garbage time. The Chargers basically were not even playing at that point anymore. That was absolute just garbage time. I feel like we only scored 7 legitimate points in that game, even though I get it. It can say what you want about the team, kept fighting. They still never quit, never gave up. But garbage time is garbage time, man. and it is what it is. Chargers took their foot completely off the gas. We scored a couple more touchdowns late in the game. That didn't have any real effect on the game. Didn't matter whatsoever, man. And in this one, I just don't see being much different, man. Cowboys are just flat out better than us. Flat out better. Far superior. And we're coming into this one once again, a whole bunch of injuries. We're dealing with a lot of COVID issues ourselves. We had about nine. Right now, we got about 9 players, I believe, on a reserve COVID list, something like that. I just don't see how we can even truly be competitive in this one, honestly. I just don't. I'm just not sure. Unless the defense goes out and plays completely out of their mind, which I don't expect the defense to go out there and play bad, because we go out there defensively and we give it everything we got defensively. It's just this offense that just can't get out of its own way. I see a bad home loss here, man. And it pains me to admit it. Even though it's a division game, I still see a very, very bad home loss. I see the Giants, man. I see the Cowboys coming up, and they put up 40 on us the first time we played. There's a lot of circumstances in that game, obviously, down in Dallas earlier in the season. I don't necessarily see them putting up 40 again, not in MetLife, but I think they'll come up with a strong 30-point effort, man. Like the Cowboys in this one, 30 to 13, man. I know. Sucks to have to sit here and say shit like that every week. But look, Giants ain't proven they can compete with good teams. With good teams, they're not proving that they can score points against anybody. I'm honestly not even convinced that if we play the Detroit Lions on Sunday, we will be able to beat them. I honestly just that's how I feel we are right now as a team, as an organization. Questionable coaching decisions are still getting made. Offensive line still can't block. As good as defense plays, as well as they play, as admirably as they play, still can't find a consistent pass rush. It's just so many things wrong with this football team, man. So many things wrong. So yeah, I like the Cowboys in this one. Definitely like them 30 to 13. Unless the New York Giants can prove me wrong, man. That's the way I got to go with it, man. I got to keep it all the way real and be honest with myself, man. I know the Cowboys are just a way better football team than us right now at this current stage this season. We are bottom feeders of the league. Right now, I can't imagine. I don't see us sure. We could possibly not finish last place in this division, but it's not likely. It's not likely that we will. We'll probably be picking up the rear. And it's just a shame, man, because like I was saying earlier, man, when I did my eulogy on Monday, eulogy for this season, man, the expectations were so high, man, coming into this year, man. Been such a disappointing season for the New York Giants, man. Like they said, the smoke screen was full effect this all season. It's not going to happen again next year, man. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying in next year. I got to see it to believe it next year. No more just buying in. I don't care who we get in free agency. I don't care who we get in the draft. Until I see the product on the field, I'm not going to just buy in. You're gonna have to earn that respect next year, New York Giants. This year, I feel like this past off season, a lot of us tried to just give it to you, just assumed this was going to be a good football team. I mean, yeah, the Raiders did beat the Cowboys, and we beat the Raiders. I mean, so you're right. There's always a chance. I mean, there's always a chance, and I mean, it's the division game, so I definitely agree with you there, Bird, man. But I just like to be, I'm just like to keep it more realistic. From my perspective, I know for us to beat the Cowboys, a lot's going to have to go wrong for the Cowboys, and a lot's going to have to go right for us. That's just how I feel about that. I can't see a true scenario where that happens with everything the New York Giants team is dealing with. Besides the fact that even when we are healthy, we still can't seem to get out of our own way. Well, we're not even healthy. And that's also problematic for this team, man. Like I said, the offensive line just can't get it done. The Cowboys up front, Michael Parsons, Randy Gregory, they're looking like they're potentially built to have a scary pass rush going forward the rest of this season, man. And it might be a thing that could propel that Cowboy team heading into the playoffs. So I know what you're saying. Any given Sunday, man, that's exactly why they play the game, because anything can happen. I just don't think it's very likely to happen, unfortunately, because the way this New Year Giants season has been going, the fact that we're just running Mike Glennon back out there at quarterback, I mean, this guy is proving that he's just not the answer, man. He's definitely not the answer. I feel like this New Year Giant team, I guess, would have been better, sir. I thought we upgraded the backup quarterback position. I thought Mike Glennon was better than Colt McCoy, but I don't know, man. He's not proven to be. He's not looking like he is. Colt McCoy went out there to Arizona and won a couple games for the Cardinals, man, while Kyler Murray was hurt. Mike Glennon hasn't even looked decent for us while spelling Daniel Jones. I mean, he did come in and relieve Daniel Jones the first time we played the Cowboys when Jones went down with that concussion. And honestly, he didn't play horribly in relief of Daniel Jones that game. But at the same time, teams also weren't prepared for him. That Dallas wasn't ready for Mike Glennon that day. And I don't know, it's Mike Glennon, so how ready do you have to be? But at the same time, something to be said about that. They were prepared to just deal with Daniel Jones for the day. They probably had a game plan in place to neutralize Daniel Jones. And then Mike Glennon came in there, was a different type of quarterback, and he had some success. Also, Kadarius Toney had that really big game that week. That was the week Kadarius Toney was the man, to be quite frank. Where he had that huge game, his best game as a pro so far. But these last few weeks, Mike Glennon has he's been terrible, man. He's throwing the worst passes, overthrowing his receivers, just totally just missing on wide open receivers at sometimes. This guy just doesn't have it, man. I thought he was a capable backup quarterback, but he's clearly lost a step, which is something to be said about, once again, up top, man, up in our front office, man, scouting, everything else, man. Like, what is going on? Why are we getting these guys? We're getting guys when they're no longer player. I mean, yeah, I get it. You can't have big expectations from Mike Glennon, but at the same time, I thought we were getting a capable backup quarterback. Honestly, when we first signed him in the offseason, I was perfectly fine with it, perfectly okay with it, because I thought we were upgrading the backup quarterback position. I thought he was a better answer at the backup quarterback spot than Colt McCoy, and he has not proven to be. Yeah, so this New York Giant season is definitely down the toilet, man. And it's unfortunate, man. And hats off to the Eagles, Washington football team, Dallas Cowboys, because they're all still playing for something in this division right now. I think after that win on Sunday, the Dallas Cowboys definitely are probably a lot, definitely almost a lock now at this point to win the division. And even though realistically they haven't mathematically clinched it, obviously, but I think that win on Sunday, and with another win against us this Sunday, upcoming Sunday, if they beat the Giants on Sunday, that'll pretty much seal the deal for them. I mean, I think Washington and the Eagles are going to cancel each other out one way or another. So they got 2 games against each other still, which is crazy to think that they'll have 2 games to play, that they still got to play each other twice and with this little bit of season left. But it's going to be fun, man. They're going to be 2 big games, starting with this one on Sunday for the Eagles in Washington. And I think that, like I said, I think the Eagles are going to get them at home, man. But we'll see. It's going to be a fun one to watch. I'm definitely going to have my eyes on that one, on that game, as well as when I'm watching the Giants and the Cowboys play. So we'll see what happens, man. But I guess I'm going to wrap this up, man, because there's really not much more to say here on this edition of the Real Deal NFC's Roundup, man. Episode 16. Thanks for everybody for dropping by, showing me some love. Birdman, it's a pleasure, man. Good to see you in here again, Reek. And my man Wells up top, man. Coach Dante, Philly B, man. Love y'all, man. Appreciate y'all, brothers, man. This is what I do this for. I do this for y'all, man. And don't forget, prior to the game on Sunday, tune in, man, for the True Blue preview. And of course, immediately following the game, the True Blue Aftermath live on YouTube, man. And definitely always don't forget you catch me here every Wednesday night for the Real Deal NFC East Roundup. Thanks a lot, man. You take it easy too, Birdman. It's your boy, Mac the Giants fan, man. Peace. If you was feeling this, please take time to subscribe and smash them likes. Feel free to drop a comment. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to ring that bell so you know when I'm dropping new content. It's your boy, Mac the Giants fan. You can find me on Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook at Mac the Giants fan. That's MACDA Giants fan.